Hello everybody, it's Josie here. I am doing another haul today. So this is a charity shop haul, secondhand thrift haul for books. I do quite a few of these because, you know, thrifting and particularly thrifting for books is one of my all-time favorite things. And actually, I'm quite sad because I'm filming this today, and today is the day before the UK goes into another national lockdown. So that means all the charity shops and all the bookstores and everything is closed. It's only the kind of critical stores that are open, like the supermarkets. So what I did was I went and did one kind of final haul this morning, because actually the weather is lovely, the sun is shining, so I thought I would get out, do one final haul, visit Waterstones in Hove, which is my local Waterstones, which I love, and have a chat, you know, face to face with real people, but also do one final charity haul. So I thought I would film those books as well as some other books that I had kind of stored up to film for one of my charity hauls. So I'll combine these. So let me start with the books that I actually had stored up. So the first book I've got here is this gorgeous book over here. It is Keeper of Light and Dust by Natasha Morstead. I've read more than a couple of, probably 2 or 3 Natasha Morstead books, and I love everything I've read. So Season of the Witch is one of my favorite books. This sounds fantastic. This is about Mia Lockhart, and she is a keeper, and as far as I know, I'm just trying to say, oh yeah, their family is like warriors and healers and kind of slightly witchy vibes I'm getting, and apparently there is a man who is kind of a martial arts expert, but may or may not be a vampire. And I think that she's kind of got to maybe fight the witch fighting the vampire, but there may be a love story in between. So I heard witches, I heard vampires, I heard martial arts, which is a great combination. And I was like, Natasha Morstead, yes, I need to read it. Then the next one, while I kill my flowers, is, so this is purely a cover by the Stigma. And basically it says, the story of modern witchcraft, demonic possession, and an evil that defied exorcism by Trevor Hoyle. I mean, it's great. In the back it says the devil's mark. This is just fantastic. And it's kind of one of these old school style books. I was going to say it looks like it's from the 80s. It is from the 80s. Yeah. Then this one over here, Witch Hill by Marcus Sedgwick. I am really lucky at the moment with Marcus Sedgwick books. I found quite a few on kind of different trips to different charity shops. So I was really, really pleased to find another one. This one sounds amazing. This is A Fire Was a Family Tragedy That Jamie Can't Forget. Fire dominates his waking thoughts and haunts his dreams. And there is something else going on in the village of Crown Hill, something terrifying to do with an evil old witch who gets into his dreams, determined to do him harm, and a scared girl, the victim of a witch hunt. Jamie senses her presence all around, if only he could cross the barriers of time and save her. Great. I've actually got a thing for witchy books at the moment as well. November, so this month and December, I think are just going to be a lot of witchy happenings, so stay tuned for that, but it looks great. Then these books all have a theme of colour, because like red and black are my favourite colours. 20th Century Ghosts by Joe Hill. I was so excited to find this. I found this in Oxfam for $1.99. I love it. This is a collection of short stories, I believe, from Joe Hill. It might have been one of his first books. It just sounds great. It's like all different kinds of ghost stories, but as it implies, 20th century ghost stories, so not your kind of classic ghost stories. I think this sounds like it's going to be amazing. Joe Hill is really good, so looking forward to that. Then this one, this was a little bit nostalgia for me, I will say. So Nora Roberts, I read when I was young, when I was a teenager, and this is Midnight Bayou. So this is, oh gosh, I can't even remember really what this is. Oh, okay, so this is set on the outskirts of New Orleans, and I think that's probably why I picked it up, because I love things set in New Orleans. And it talks about, you know, like the splendor of local legends and haunted houses, and someone who starts seeing visions and horrors from the past. So that all had me kind of keyword hooked. Spirits, horrors, past, haunted, ghosts, New Orleans. Just, it sounded fantastic. And then this one, again, this was a bit of a cover by, so this is Arctic Chill, and I think this has a gorgeous cover by Alnador in, oh God, I'm gonna murder the name. I am so sorry. But this is set in Reykjavik in Iceland, and it's a policeman is called to a block of flats where a body has been found in the garden. A young dark-skinned boy frozen to the ground in a pool of his own blood. The discovery of a stab wound in his stomach extinguishes any hope that this was a tragic accident. And then there's an investigation into this, and this is more like in the thriller vein rather than the horror vein, but I thought it sounded really, really good. I really love a good thriller, and also I don't read many books set in Iceland, and I'm kind of on the search always for books that are a bit more diverse in terms of characters and in terms of locations, and this kind of fits the bill, so I was really excited. And then the last book on that particular haul, this really sticks out, is me, Elton John. So obviously not a horror book or a thriller book, but I really love Elton John, and this is his autobiography. It's the hardcover. I was well excited to find this in the charity shop already because I'd seen it in the bookstore and I hadn't bought it yet. Obviously, I was kind of actually waiting for the softcover, but then I found the hardcover in the charity shop, and it's fantastic, and I'm really looking forward to hearing what Elton has to say because I think it'll be really good. So that's going to be a kind of a fun read because I love an autobiography. So then, onto the stack of books that are essentially my final charity shop haul, book haul, in-person haul before we go to lockdown again. So the first one, I cannot believe I found this. This is The Grip of It by Jack Jemk. Jemk, did I say that right? This has been on my list of books kind of in my cart, in my wish list. And I found it in the charity shop and it was £1. And I was really excited. And this book is basically about Julie and James, and they're a couple and they move into a house, and I believe it's a haunted house, and that's kind of all I want to know. I love haunted house stories. I've heard so many people say really great things about this book, so I cannot wait to read this. Well excited. Then the next book, so this is I, Lucifer by Glenn Duncan, I think. Now, I bought this purely because I am obsessed with the TV program Lucifer. I love it. And this sounds almost like a novelization of Lucifer. So it says, the end is nigh and the Prince of Darkness has been given one last shot at redemption. If he can manage to live out a reasonably blameless life on Earth. The old dealmaker negotiates a trial run, a month with all the delights of the flesh, but the experience of walking amongst us has more pitfalls and detours than Lucifer foresaw. Instead of teaching us what it's like to be him, Lucifer finds himself beginning to understand what it's like to be human. So I just think this sounds great. So, you know, I like a book about Lucifer, but yeah, it just reminds me of the TV program, so I kind of had to buy it. Then the next one here is this. Okay, so talk about books that have been on my wish list for ages. This book has been on my wish list and has actually been sitting in my cart for a while. And I found it in the Oxfam store, and that is Asylum by Madeleine Roux. Now, awesome, beautiful cover. And look at the inside. How cool. Okay, I'm not showing you the inside. Look, you've got pictures. This reminds me a little bit of the, the Children's Home, the Home for Peculiar Children, Miss Pellegrin's Home for Peculiar Children, that's it. But yeah, again, I've heard some wonderful things about this. I've heard this is properly creepy and spooky, and I love anything set in asylums. And then there's a second book, but obviously I'm going to read the first one to see if I like it. This is going to be read really soon, and I love this copy. One of the reasons, this is going to sound terrible, one of the reasons I haven't actually bought it yet, and I hadn't bought it new, was because they didn't have this version. They had a different cover, and I didn't like it. And I like this. And when I saw it, I was like, yeah. Then there's the next one. Again, this is a bit of a nostalgia buy, but also it's going to be for a video that I'm doing and for kind of a themed reading series that I'm doing. And that is Darren Shan's Cirque du Freak. I read this many moons ago. And it's basically about a boy who goes to the Cirque du Freak and becomes a vampire's assistant. I love carnival horror. I love anything set at carnivals. It's one of my favorite tropes. And I also love anything to do with the circus and circus stories. And I've got a few books kind of pending. They're not all necessarily horror related, but I just love anything set at the circus and at the carnival. So this is kind of probably the original one that sparked it all off. So that's why I actually wanted to get this copy, and I got this at Oxfam for 99p. I was so excited. So yes, this is going to be part of a kind of a circus themed reading experience for me. And then the last one is The Woods, and this is by Vanessa Sage. And it says 2 girls went in, only one came out. And again, I love these kind of twisted thrillers. I love these kind of teen thrillers as well. So this is for Tess. Her older sister Bella is her whole world. She's smart, beautiful, and popular. Everything Tess isn't. And since the death of their mother, it's just been them and their grieving father. But now a new family has moved into the empty house at the edge of the woods, bringing with them a world of boys and alcohol, and Tess can feel her sister slipping away from her, until the bodies of 2 local schoolgirls are found in the woods, and Tess is convinced that this new family has something to hide. Sounds amazing. And that is it. That is my haul. Let me know if you've read any of those books, what you thought of them. Tell me about your charity shop hauls. Tell me about your plans for reading, and if you're in the UK, you're reading during lockdown. Please stay well and safe. I will speak to you all again very soon. Bye.